All right, if you're in human resources, you already know your job is anything but static. Today, we're going to dive into how a professional network is way more than just a nice to have. It's pretty much a secret weapon for taking your career to the next level.
Let me just ask you this. Does it ever feel like your role in HR is getting more complicated, like every single day? As if you're juggling a dozen different things all at once, all the time? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. The whole HR landscape is shifting under our feet. And that feeling, it's something professionals are experiencing all across the industry.
So let's kick things off by digging into why this is all happening. In this first part, we're going to look at the evolving world of HR and all the pressures that come along with it. I mean, think about the core challenges for a second. You've got this constant flood of new regulations. Then there's this wild world of new HR tech you're supposed to master. And on top of that, best practices seem to change with the seasons. Honestly, just keeping up can feel like a full-time job in itself.
But here's the good news. There is an incredible way to navigate all this complexity. And that brings us right into our second section, the power of connection, and what it really means for you.
So what even is an HR network when we get right down to it? Well, at its heart, it's a community. It's a place where you can find your people, professionals who get it. It's where you can connect, challenge old ways of thinking, learn something new, and work together on solving the exact problems we were just talking about.
And these networks are not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You've got the big accredited organizations like SHRM, you've got smaller local HR chapters that give you regional insights, and of course, there are tons of super active online communities in places like LinkedIn groups. The point is, there is a network out there that fits your vibe and your needs. So how does joining one of these actually help your career in a real, tangible way? Well, that's what we're covering in Section 3. How these networks basically become an engine for your professional growth. The first benefit is a big one. You get to network with your peers. And this is so important, especially if you're in a small business or if you're an HR department of one. All of a sudden, you're not on an island anymore. You can tap into the collective brainpower of hundreds, maybe thousands of other pros. Tapping into that brainpower leads us straight to a very old, very true saying, knowledge is power. And that's benefit number 2. Through these networks, you seriously develop your skills and knowledge. You're getting access to expert advice and strategies that have actually been put to the test in the real world. It's a massive boost for your professional development and makes you way more effective in your role. And here's another huge one. Having a safe place to float new ideas. You know, we all deal with tricky, sensitive situations at work. A network gives you that confidential, outside space to get real, honest feedback from people you trust, without any of the internal office politics.
Okay, so let's say you're sold on the idea, but with so many options out there, how in the world do you find the right one for you? That's what Section 4 is all about, a quick guide to finding your perfect network.
And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, get this. HR.com has nearly 2 million members. That is a gigantic pool of knowledge to draw from. The potential is just, wow.
So let's quickly compare a few of the top players. If you're really chasing that global certification and networking, SHRM is an absolute powerhouse. If you're looking for a goldmine of free resources and learning, HR.com is a no-brainer. And if you're passionate about diversity and inclusion, you've got to check out the NAHR. It's all about matching the network's specialty with what you want to achieve.
All right, you've picked a network, you've signed up. But just having the membership card isn't enough. Our final section is about the most crucial part, how you actually squeeze all the value out of it.
You know, it really comes down to this. You get out what you put in. A passive member, someone who just kind of stays on the sidelines, they're going to see a pretty small return on that investment. But if you're an active member, you're asking questions, sharing your own insights, showing up for discussions, you will maximize your return, big time. It's all about engagement. So, as we wrap this up, the real question isn't if you should join a network. It's which community are you going to jump into and really engage with to launch your career forward. The right one is out there just waiting for you.